Games with the most atmospheric sieges of castles. Greetings, my dear comrades. As always, it is I, the game-like, who recently got hooked on BDO again. While exploring the vastness of its world, I suddenly realized that I haven't made any videos featuring games with truly epic sieges. This must be rectified. So before you, I present a magnificent selection of games with the most atmospheric castle and fortress sieges. These games will immerse us in the thrilling experience of either besieging or defending, with strategies ranging from straightforward to highly strategic. Of course, pure strategy can be a bit dull, so I made sure to find something more exhilarating for you. Therefore, I implore you to hit the like button and click the subscribe button. Now, without further ado, let's embark on this journey. Conqueror's Blade. Let's start with a game that is entirely devoted to conquest. Conqueror's Blade. This MMORPG allows you to create your own character, command medieval squads, and participate in epic battles in a vast world. The gameplay combines elements of third-person action and real-time strategy. You control your hero individually during battles and also command 3 squads. The sieges are designed as massive battles with 15 characters, each leading 3 squads, facing off against other similar forces. Globally, there are only 3 modes in the game. The aforementioned grand map where you maneuver your troops, cities where you can purchase supplies and craft various items, and of course the battlefields. I played during the closed beta testing period, and it was an incredibly enjoyable and solid gaming experience. Conqueror's Blade has truly delivered, and that's why I still recommend it to this day. Mountain Blade 2, Bannerlord. Naturally, we won't rely solely on MMORPGs to enrich our gaming experience. In this video, I present to you Mountain Blade 2, Bannerlord, a game that allows you to immerse yourself in the world of medieval chivalry. You have the freedom to become anyone you desire, from a humble mercenary to a glorious monarch. You can create your own character, choosing their origins, skills, and even their appearance, and then embark on a grand adventure. You can join one of the factions participating in the Civil War or even establish your own faction. The possibilities are virtually limitless. Engage in tournaments, engage in thrilling battles against marauding bandits, indulge in courtly affairs, and much more. And let's not forget the exhilarating sieges that await you every day. It truly encompasses the essence of the medieval era. Black Desert Online. Of course, we can't forget about the game that sparked this video. Black Desert Online. Let's not dwell on the same old MMORPG routine of creating characters, endlessly leveling up, and slaying mobs for profit. We'll delve into quests, earn rewards non-stop, and constantly loot. And when you've made a name for yourself in this game, you can join a guild and participate in epic sieges. These grand battles involve a mountain of players charging toward another mountain of players, resulting in an exhilarating bloodbath. It's truly a sight to behold. Oh, and let's not forget about the various mounts like elephants and the construction of fortresses and more. In short, it's an absolute blast. Mordhau. In the game Mordhau, there may not be full-fledged sieges in the typical sense of the term, but it is more of a battle in castles with the capture of points, which resembles the same sieges. The game itself is a magnificent medieval first-person slasher, where you can create your own warrior and engage in intense combat. The combat system in the game is fantastic and deep, providing a realistic experience. By the way, there is also a siege mode that truly fits this gameplay, just like it should be. 2 teams, one attacking the castle and the other defending, while controlling checkpoints. Of course, it will be a fierce battle, but it is incredibly enjoyable. The Elder Scrolls Online is next on the list. Surely everyone is familiar with the Scrolls universe. This game was released in 2014 and has since received numerous expansions that have expanded the continent of Tamriel. One of the most thrilling and massive PvP activities takes place in Cyrodiil, where 3 alliances battle for control of the Imperial City and the surrounding fortresses, farms, and so on. Hundreds of players participate in these sieges simultaneously, and various siege weapons can be used, such as catapults and ballistae. But the most exciting news is that the game will soon be available for free. Detailed instructions on how and where to get it are posted in my Telegram channel. Furthermore, there are plenty of updates, new games, and amusing memes waiting for you there. Trustworthy content awaits you, and the link to the channel can be found in the description, or you can scan the QR code displayed on the screen. Siege Survival, Gloria Victis. Another game to mention is Siege Survival, Gloria Victis, a strategic survival game in which your country has been invaded and your city is under a ruthless siege. In this game, your task is to support and supply the last remaining groups of soldiers who are fighting against these invaders until reinforcements arrive. The gameplay is divided into day and night. During the day, you engage in camp construction and resource management, preparing for the impending battles. At night, you venture into the destroyed city, searching for useful items, saving other survivors, and engaging in combat with enemies. Overall, it's a captivating depiction of a siege where you play not as a seasoned warrior, but as an unofficial leader of the city, trying to manage everything efficiently. Quite fascinating indeed. Gloria Victis. But this is just Gloria Victis, a medieval MMORPG with realistically intense battles, an open world, and a mountain of content. It's from the same developers as the previous game. If you're into sieges, both games won't disappoint. Here, you create characters and embark on a journey through the world, leveling up and immersing yourself in the gameplay. By the way, PvP is a regular occurrence, as I won't have to run anywhere, but simply siege some fortress and get into the action. And usually it's a massive bloodbath. The game features 3 factions, unlike the usual 2 sides we're accustomed to, such as Horde or Alliance. This adds its own unique elements to the game. Chivalry 2. But this is not just any old Chivalry. Chivalry 2 is a first-person slasher set in medieval castles. It features one of the most captivating and atmospheric game modes, where you must either break through defensive structures, breach gates, set villages on fire and kill opposing peasants, or defend against such attacks. This is accomplished using catapults, oil pots, and barricades, among other things. Castle sieges can last up to 30 minutes, which may seem short, but with up to 4 players on each team simultaneously battling it out on one map, the scale is quite grand. As you can imagine, For Honor. Let's remember For Honor. It offers several factions, numerous characters, and incredibly intense combat that will keep you engaged 24/7, I promise. Siege mode is one of the most thrilling and dynamic game modes. In this mode, 2 teams of 4 players fight for control over multiple points on the map. One team defends the walls or towers of a fortress, while the other fights in the inner courtyard or hall. By the way, in addition to these sieges, there are also intense castle sieges in different campaigns. It seemed very atmospheric, and at that time of the game's release, it was quite visually stunning. Though it may not be as visually stunning now. Total War. I promise to exclude strategy games, but I simply can't overlook this series. Total War games, which bear this name, encompass a plethora of grand strategy games. They are not just games. They represent a complete saga that began back in 2000 with the release of the first installment, Shogun, Total War. Since then, the series has grown to include a dozen different games and numerous expansions, from ancient Rome to the fantasy world of Warhammer. Battles have always been a significant part of the series, whether storming fortresses, castles, villages, or cities defended by walls, towers, and gates. Players can utilize siege machines, rams, ladders, and more to breach the defenses and make their way inside. With each new installment, the sieges become more realistic and elaborately reworked. So, if you dive into one of the recent Total War games, you definitely won't be disappointed. It's an immersive experience and the battles are genuinely thrilling. I hope you've also found something interesting to subscribe to, and I wish you all the best.